There's something going on in Cleveland that, honestly, isn't as loud as it should be, but it might end up shaping the entire Browns season. And no, it's not just about who's going to be QB1. It's about who's treating this like life or death and who's not. When you look at the Browns right now, there's a backdrop you just can't ignore. Years of chaos at the most important position in football. Post-Mayfield, the team tried to fix it by going all in on Deshaun Watson. Massive contract, sky-high expectations. And so far, the return's been shaky at best. Then here comes Shedeur Sanders. Young, still raw, rookie numbers that clearly show ups and downs, but with a totally different vibe. And that's the real story. The headline isn't just that he had a solid first day at minicamp. That alone doesn't mean much in April. What stands out is how he's moving. While Watson and Dillon Gabriel were basically ghosts during the offseason, Sanders pretty much packed his bags and planted roots in Cleveland, bought a house, stayed in town, trained there, lived it. That changes everything about how you read this QB battle. Because it's not just about talent, it's about who's all in. And in that department, he's already got a head start. Now let's take the emotion out and talk real football. Shedeur's rookie season, up and down. 1,400 yards, 7 TDs, 10 picks. Nothing that screams franchise QB, but it doesn't tell the full story either. Because when you see a rookie stat line like that, you gotta ask, was he set up to succeed? Did he have consistency around him? Or was he getting thrown into the fire? And with the Browns, we all know the answer. Now, with Todd Monken stepping in as head coach, things shift. Monken knows how to work with QBs, especially young ones. He doesn't need perfection. He needs someone coachable. And here's the part that really matters. Shedeur straight up said he doesn't know everything, said he's learning every day, said he's changed how he sees the game and life. In the NFL, that's gold, because what kills young quarterbacks isn't mistakes, it's ego. Now let's talk about Watson. I'll keep it real. Watson isn't just competing with other QBs anymore. He's competing with his own past. Big contract, huge expectations. And the narrative isn't on his side anymore. If he doesn't lock down that job fast, the locker room starts looking at him different. And once that happens, it's a wrap. And Dillon Gabriel feels more like a system piece than a real frontrunner right now. Could develop, could surprise. But as it stands, this feels like a battle between two extremes. The expensive vet, who still has to prove it, and the young gun trying to take the job by force. Now here's something not enough people are talking about. Shedeur isn't just playing. He's controlling the narrative. When he says the media needs to change the energy, that's not just talk. That's someone trying to reshape the culture. And coming from Cleveland, that matters. This is a team that's been dragging years of frustration, instability, and pressure. When a young player starts lifting that up, he's not just fighting for a job. He's trying to change the whole environment. But hold up, all of this sounds great until we get to what actually decides everything: on-field consistency. Because energy, talk, presence, all of that helps. But it doesn't pick up a blitz, it doesn't stop interceptions, it doesn't win games by itself. So let's break it down. What does Sanders' approach actually change? He forces the coaching staff to take him seriously now, not down the road. He puts pressure on Watson without saying a word. He creates a locker room vibe where effort actually matters. He positions himself as a leader before even being QB1. That's rare. And when it happens, it usually means something. Now my take? I like it. A lot. Because as Browns fans know, what's been exhausting these past few years isn't lack of talent, it's lack of identity. And this kind of mentality helps build that. But there's risk. And here's what people are going to ignore. If Sanders doesn't turn this into production fast, the narrative flips on him. Quick. Because hype cuts both ways. And Cleveland? Not exactly the easiest place to handle that pressure. So let's run the scenarios. Best case. Sanders keeps improving, earns more control of the playbook, shows better reads, and starts locking in QB1 during preseason. If that happens, the Browns finally have a long-term identity at the position. Middle ground. Watson holds on to QB1 early, but Sanders becomes constant pressure. Every mistake, dog pounds calling for a change. Now you've got tension all season. Worst case, neither guy steps up. Sanders isn't ready. Watson stays inconsistent, and the Browns are right back in QB purgatory, which, let's be honest, would be brutal. To wrap it up, this isn't just a QB competition, it's a culture check. Who really wants to be that guy? Who's willing to live this every single day? And most importantly, who can turn talk into wins? Now I gotta ask you, Dog Pound, if the season kicked off today, are you riding with Watson's talent or Sanders' mindset? Because right now, it feels like Cleveland's gonna have to choose between those two.